If you'll join me, I'll lead us in prayer, and then we'll officially start our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, give us wisdom to do your work as we make decisions for the county. Place your hedge of protection around the men and women protecting our freedoms in the military. We recognize that they all volunteered to do that work. Be with their families as they serve alongside. Lead, guide, and direct all the elected office holders of the county and their staff to do your will, to best serve the residents of this great county. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
If you join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I think we're going to take things, well, maybe a little out of order, but we have first on our agenda the comp management update for Clermont County. And so if you'd like to take the podium. And
Hi. Good morning.
Morning.
It's a beautiful day. We're talking workers' comp, right?
Yeah, of course.
In your name?
It depends. We'll wait till after you're finished to tell you whether it's a
Whether it's a beautiful day or not. Well, there's no humidity, so I'll take credit for that. I wanted to give you a little bit of an update as to how the policy has been doing, and then the program that you enrolled in for this year and also looked at for next year as well, and how that's been doing. So a little bit of an update. This chart shows the years that you've been involved in individual retrospective. In this program, you choose a claim limit up to which you will be exposed, a policy limit up to which you will be exposed, and depending on the level of risk you choose, the Bureau sets a minimum premium that you pay, and then you pay the actual costs that occurred in that claim year for 10 years. So the gray bar shows us what the standard premium would have been had you not been in that program. The blue bar shows us the minimum premium you paid to get into the program, and then the claims costs through 12/31/14, the most recent invoice. And then the red bar shows us, are there any future reserves for expected future costs? That's a moving target, so this is all point-in-time data for 12/31/14. And you can see at a glance, there's one year that jumps out at you, 2012, where so far you've paid a little bit more than you would have had you been in the regular program. That, of course, was the year that we had the traumatic amputation, and then there were some other high claims costs that year. But if we look at the program on a whole, you've had a cash flow savings of $1,588,000. So that's money you've been able to hold on to. And then when we consider what the future reserves look like, we're projecting that for these years you will have saved $1,168,000. So even with 2012 being upside down at this point, overall the program has been a success for you. This breaks down to try to give you a little bit of an apples to apples comparison. The minimum premium that you paid to get into the program is the first number. The claims costs on that injury year through 12/31/14 is the second number. So the total then shows you combined minimum premium and claims costs, what your total costs have been on each year. Again, 2012 does stick out. The other years are all pretty much in line with each other. 2013 and 2014 have only had 1 or 2 years billed on them, so they do look much smaller than the other years. Now in 2015, you enrolled in the CCAO, County Commissioners Association of Ohio, Group Retrospective Rating Program. Sounds similar, but a very different program. In the Group Retro program, you pay the full premium, no discount. You're pooled with other counties, and the state will do 3 future reviews of that injury year. They'll compare the claims costs for that injury year on those dates to the premium paid, and the farther apart those two numbers are, you will get rebates based on where the claims costs are compared to the premium. You don't get a discount on the premium, but as you remember we discussed, the state is transitioning to prospective billing, where they'll be collecting premium in advance as opposed to in arrears. And to ease that transition, because you'll be paying 15 and 16 at the same time, they'll give a 50% transition credit. Now, where does that money come from? Nobody's not paying it. You're paying 50% of the premium. The state is taking the other 50% out of the surplus fund. What is the surplus fund? Your money. When you pay premium, it goes into the surplus fund, they invest it, and that fund has been growing. That's why you've gotten those large rebates the last couple of years, because the fund has been very large. So, really, you're paying the full premium. Part of it you're paying now, and part of it is coming out of that surplus fund that you've already paid. So because of that, when they do the rebate's based on 100% of the premium, even though you've only outlaid 50% of it. So to give you an idea of what that looks like, the 2015 premium is estimated to be $1,026,000. You'll get a 50% transition credit, so out of pocket, $513,000. So already, even if you get $0 in rebates, that's less than any other retro year has been. And there will be rebates coming on that year, so it should be a very, very good year on the books when it ends. The policy years are calendar years. So the 2015 policy year runs 1/1/15 to 12/31/15. And the reviews occur at 12, 24, and 36 months after the year is closed. So the first review will be 12/31/16, the next one 12/31/17, and the next one 12/31/18. The law gives the state up through April, the end of April, to return that money to you, and they take almost every one of those days. So I would expect to see that 12/31/16 rebate check coming in April of 17, and then April of 18, April of 19. When we discussed this last year, we discussed the strategy of enrolling in it for 2 years to take advantage of the transition credits that occur on 15 and 16. So if you re-enroll in the program for 16, those rebates would occur in 17, 18, and 19. So there's 2017 and 2018, you would be getting 2 checks, one from the 15 year and one from the 16 year. The deadline to enroll in the program is at the end of July, and you guys have the paperwork to complete to do that. To give you an update on how the program is doing, the 2014 program had 33 counties enrolled for a total of $6.7 million in standard premium. The 2015 program that you enrolled in has 54 counties. There are 88 counties, and a few of those are self-insured. So most all of the counties in Ohio have decided to enroll in this program. We're projecting the premium to be $15.4 million in standard premium. Now, what's the takeaway from this? The larger the program is, and the more premium is in that program, the more ability it has to absorb claims losses, and the greater ability it has then to return higher rebates back to you. So 15 is a good year to be in the program. We are still enrolling people for 16. We'll know by the end of July exactly how many counties are in it, but it's on track to hit that 54 number again.
If a county has a lot of claims, is there a provision that they get kicked out?
Every year they're reviewed to determine should they be allowed back in again. So once they're in for the year, they're in for the year for those reviews. Mm-hmm. But if a county has some bad losses and a track record of bad losses, and they're not doing anything to mitigate those losses, so they don't do transitional work, they don't consider wage continuation, they don't meet with our safety people, they don't return our phone calls, they seem to have checked out, that would not be a county that would be invited back the next year. And this is something that CCAO works with Corsa to do the underwriting reviews, and then they also work with our safety and our rate and underwriting people to get the data to do that review. So yeah, that's a good point. Just because you got in doesn't mean you get to stay in. So to look at the actual rebates, the 2010 year was a very small program. It was the first year that it was held. And they've had all 3 reviews already, 11, 12, and 13. They paid back a total of 27.4%. The 2011 program was also completed. Their reviews were on 2012, 13, and 14, and they paid back 29.24% total. 2012 has only had 2 reviews, one as of 12/31/13, one as of 12/31/14. And they have already paid back almost 39%. They'll have one more review coming at the end of this year. And the 2013 program only had 1 review so far at the end of 2014, and they paid back 35% on that 1 review. They have 2 more coming. So the program has been growing in the size of rebates and growing in the size of members and premium, and you can see that it has just about more than doubled for the year that you're enrolled in. So I don't have a crystal ball, but looking at all of this, I think we're pretty safe that already the premium you're paying is smaller than any one of your individual retro years, and it looks like on target to return a sizable amount back to you, I think the net result is going to be very, very good for you.
And they provide training so that we can reduce our costs.
Exactly.
Good behaviors.
There's meetings that have been, that we work with CCAO to have 4 meetings a year. We ask that you attend 2 a year, and I know you've been to 1 already so far. And then we also meet on a regular basis. As a matter of fact, we've got a claim review that we're working with Debbie to schedule with the different departments to occur in August.
Good. Thank you.
So the next deadline then will be to re-enroll in the program for 2016. And then what we'll do about this time next year is take a look at, now that the transition credit's off the table, what really is the best option for you.
Okay. Good.
Any questions for me?
Any questions?
No. Good deal.
Good news.
It is a good day.
It is, I told you it'd be a good day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Rabel, you suggested maybe we go back in the agenda and consider item 24.
Yes, sir.
It's the recommendation of myself and Thomas J. Eigel, Assistant County Administrator, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Rabel, County Administrator, to authorize Clermont County's participation in the County Commissioners Association of Ohio Workers' Compensation Group retrospective rating program for the period January 1, 2016 through December 31st, 2016, and further to authorize Edwin H. Humphrey, President of the Board, to execute County Commissioner Association of Ohio Workers' Compensation Group retrospective rating plan agreement relative to, pursuant to, and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein.
Okay. Do we have a motion to authorize the program as contained in item 24?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Prout?
Yay.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Aye. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Coming back to our agenda to item number 1, we have a need to pay our bills. Resolution 99-15 in the amount of $3,092,724.08. Do we have a motion to adopt resolution 99-15?
So moved.
Second the motion.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Prout?
Yay.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 2.
Connie Tibby with the Department of Job and Family Services. Item number 2 is the recommendation of Judy Eshman, Director, Department of Job and Family Services, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Rabel, County Administrator, to execute a purchase of service agreement by and between the County of Clermont, Ohio, and Tri-State Youth Authority, Incorporated, doing business as Mohican Youth Academy, located in Perrysville, Ohio, for the provision of residential treatment services for children referred by the Department of Job and Family Services and/or Clermont County Juvenile Court at the rates as identified therein, effective July 1st, 2015 through June 30th, 2016, pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions specified therein.
Okay.
This is a renewal contract, and we currently have 1 placement there.
Do we have a motion to execute the purchase of service agreement as contained in item 2?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Prout?
Yay.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 3.
Recommendation of Judy Eshman, Director, Department of Job and Family Services, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Rabel, County Administrator, to execute an amendment to the contract for professional services by and between the Board of County Commissioners of Clermont County, Ohio, and Salvatore Consiglio, CPA Incorporated, located in North Walton, Ohio, previously ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on October the 8th, 2014, for the provision of professional services as the fiscal agent of the Workforce Investment Act, WIA, Area 12, consisting of Butler, Clermont, and Warren counties, in concert with Resolution Number 2212, ratified by the Board of Commissioners on February 16, 2012, relative to the designation of Clermont County Department of Job and Family Services as the fiscal agent and administrative entity for the Ohio Workforce Area 12, as well as the Area 12 intergovernmental agreement ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on June 27, 2012, which represents a modification to the contract ending date from September 30th, 2015 to June 30th, 2015 for a revised contract term of October 1, 2014 through June 30th of 2015, therefore, effective upon execution through June 30th, 2015, with all of the terms and conditions of the original contract for professional services to remain in full force and effect. And this is necessary due to the recent, or the upcoming change of the administrative entity and fiscal agent for Area 12, which is changing from Clermont County to Warren County, effective July the 1st.
Do we have a motion to execute the amendment to the contract for professional services as contained in item 3?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 4?
Recommendation of Judy Eschman, Director of Department of Job and Family Services, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Raybolt, County Administrator, to execute a purchase of service agreement by and between the County of Clermont, Ohio, and St. Joseph Orphanage, located in Cincinnati, Ohio, for the provision of residential treatment services for children referred by the Department of Job and Family Services and/or Clermont County Juvenile Court at the rate of $380.77 per day, effective July 1st, 2015 through June 30th, 2016, pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions specified therein, and contingent upon the issuance and receipt of a current certificate of liability insurance required therefore.
Okay, do we have a motion to execute the purchase of service agreement as contained in item 4?
So moved.
I will second the motion.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 5?
Recommendation of Judy Eschman, Director of Department of Job and Family Services, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Raybolt, County Administrator, to execute a memorandum of understanding by and between the Department of Job and Family Services, Clermont County Family and Children First, a partnership of local government agencies and community organizations committed to improving the well-being of children and their families, whose administrative agent is the Clermont County Mental Health and Recovery Board, located in Batavia, Ohio, to allow the contribution of $87,558 from the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services to the Clermont County Family and Children First, as outlined in the Family and Children First Local Contribution Policy, attached thereto and made a part thereof, effective for the period of July 1, 2015 through June 30, 2016, pursuant to and compliance with the terms and conditions specified therein.
Is this something we've been doing ongoing?
Yes, and it's the same amount as last
Okay.
year. Yes.
Do we have a motion to execute the memorandum of understanding as contained in item 5?
So moved.
I will second that.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 6?
Recommendation of Judy Eschman, Director of Department of Job and Family Services, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Raybolt, County Administrator, to execute a purchase of service agreement by and between the County of Clermont, Ohio, and the Buckeye Ranch, located in Grove City, Ohio, for the provision of residential treatment and alcohol, drug, and mental health services for children referred by the Clermont County Department of Job and Family Services and/or Clermont County Juvenile Court at the rates as defined therein, effective July 1st, 2015 through June 30th, 2016, pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions specified therein.
Okay, do we have a motion to execute the purchase of service agreement as contained in item 6?
So moved.
I will second the motion.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 7?
Recommendation of Judy Eschman, Director of Department of Job and Family Services, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Raybolt, County Administrator, to authorize Edwin H. Humphrey, President of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption Grant Agreement by and between the County of Clermont, Ohio, and the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, located in Columbus, Ohio, including all understandings and assurances relative thereto, for the county's participation in the Wendy's Wonderful Kids program, for the provision of funding for a child-focused adoption professional to move children from foster care into permanent adoptive homes, work with youth who are heading towards termination of parental rights, and/or youth who are in a planned permanent living arrangement, formerly known as long-term foster care, in the amount of $70,000 with no local match required therefore, effective for the period of July 1st, 2015 through June 30th, 2016, pursuant to and compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein and in concert with the grant application ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on May 13th, 2015.
Okay, do we have a motion to execute the Dave Thomas Foundation adoption grant?
I will make the motion.
I'll second that.
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Aye. Item 8.
Recommendation of Judy Eschman, Director, Department of Job and Family Services, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Raybolt, County Administrator, to execute an agreement for recruiting services by and between the Clermont County Board of Commissioners for and on behalf of the Clermont County Department of Job and Family Services and Sharon Wiesenhahn for the provision of moving children from foster care into permanent adoptive homes in concert with the grant agreement by and between the County of Clermont, Ohio, and the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption relative to the county's participation in the Wendy's Wonderful Kids program, ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on June 24, 2015, in the total amount of $70,000, effective July 1st, 2015 through June 30th, 2016, pursuant to and compliance with the terms and conditions specified therein.
We have a motion to execute the agreement for recruiting services as contained in item 8.
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Thank you.
Item 9.
Well, you've had your 2 weeks worth.
Yes.
Morning.
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 I'm Lyle Bloom, Director with the Water Resources Department, and item number 9 is a recommendation to execute a maintenance bond and amount outlined as surety for the installation of a sanitary sewer main extension. This is to serve the Clough Point subdivision in Union Township, and the bond amount is $10,200.
Okay, we have a motion to execute the maintenance bond as contained in item 9.
So moved.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 10.
No more workers' comp claim left over from the workers' comp people.
Get us cleaned up there.
Sorry about that. Item 10 is a recommendation to adopt resolution number 100-15, resolving to certify the delinquent utility charges in the amount of $9,861.41 for sewer, $5,675.96 for water, and $6,617.62 for the miscellaneous utility charges to the county auditor for placement on the real property taxes that are served by these accounts as a lien against the property. These are attached in your Exhibit A, and these are all in compliance with sections 610302 and 611702 of the revised code.
Okay, do we have a motion to adopt resolution 100-15 as contained in item 10?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 11.
And we have a second certification of delinquent utilities. This is resolution number 101-15. This is delinquent utilities in the amount of $180 for sewer, $48 for water, and $100 for miscellaneous utility, along with $26.10 for penalty. This is for the Village of Batavia accounts, and this is also in compliance with the same sections of code.
Okay. We have a motion to adopt resolution 101-15.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 12. Good.
Item 12 is a recommendation to accept the contract between Clermont County and Rouch Excavating out of Morrow, Ohio. And this is relative to the Turnberry Lift Station Elimination Project located in Pierce Township. It's complete as of December 11th, 2014. And to approve the final pay estimate in the amount of $3,933.24, which represents the balance due on the contract in the amount of $2,050.68, as well as the release of retainage in the amount of $1,882.56, and further authorize the county auditor to issue the aforestated progress payment in the amount of $2,050.68 subsequent thereto.
We have a motion to accept the contract and authorize the final progress payment.
So moved.
I will second the motion.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. 13.
Item 13 is a recommendation to adopt resolution number 102-15, resolving to amend resolution number 35-15, which was previously ratified by the board on April 1st of this year, which approved the waterworks system within the
County Water Resource Department for proposed improvement and expansion projects at various locations situated within various townships in Clermont County as identified in the 5-year Waterworks Capital Improvement Plan. This is for years 2015 through 2019. And resolving to authorize and direct the Water Resource Department to perform preliminary and design engineering, prepare detailed plans, specifications, contract documents, and estimates of cost for the proposed improvement and expansion projects, and further to resolve to authorize the Water Resource Department, its employees or agents, to enter onto private or public properties to be affected by the proposed improvement and expansion projects after sufficient notice has been sent to the property owners. And this would be to perform soil investigations, surveys, appraisals, or other examinations as deemed necessary in order to finalize said preliminary or design engineering, preparation of detailed plans, specifications, contract documents, and acquisition of necessary right-of-way. And this is pursuant to compliance with 6103 of the Ohio Revised Code. And this would be to include the Plum Street Water Petition Project located in Goshen Township. This is a group of property owners that petitioned the county earlier in the year to extend a public water main to benefit their properties. The project would be funded primarily by special assessment of the benefited properties. We had a public involvement meeting about a month or two ago with the property owners. They're in support of the project. So we're going to add it to the capital plan and then begin design on it. And we'll be doing the design in-house.
Okay, good. Do we have a motion to adopt resolution 102-15?
So moved.
I second the motion.
Schubel,
Yes.
Stroud,
Yay.
Shumphrey.
Aye.
Thank you.
Lyle?
Thank you.
What's going on Amelia Yellow Branch?
Right at the intersection of
Yeah.
Clough, there was a main break there, and so they repaired that a couple days ago. They turned the main back on, and there was another leak so they had to repair that as well, all within the same trench. So they replaced a section of pipe. They'll be coming back to remove the road plates and put.
So they're working on it right now.
They are, okay. Well, the break occurred a few days ago. They usually backfill with CDF, let that set before they put in the asphalt.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thanks.
Good. 14?
Good morning.
Morning.
Decatur, Grant Coordinator. And it's the recommendation of Andy Kupta, Director, Department of Community and Economic Development, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Raybolt, County Administrator, to authorize Edwin H. Humphrey, President of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute the programmatic agreement by and between the County of Clermont, Ohio, and the Ohio Historic Preservation Office in Columbus, Ohio, for the administration of programs using HUD allocated funds with delegated review responsibilities authorized under 24 CFR Part 58 to assure that by following the procedures outlined in the agreement, the county will be able to meet its obligations pursuant to Section 106 and Section 110F of the National Historic Preservation Act and its implementing regulations for the protection of historic properties, and to provide the Ohio Advisory Council on Historic Preservation an opportunity to comment, which in effect replaces in whole the existing agreement and amendment relative thereto previously ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on June 16, 2009, and subsequently amended on December 1st, 2011, and January 28th, 2015, respectively, to reflect Clermont County's change in status to an entitlement community, and which is to remain in effect through December 31st, 2019, pursuant to and in compliance with terms and conditions set forth therein. So,
Okay.
due to our entitlement status, that we have to include other language in the agreement.
Okay. Do we have a motion to execute the programmatic agreement as contained in item 14?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Stroud,
Yay.
Schubel,
Yes.
Shumphrey.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 15.
Morning, Brendan Hübner, ISD Director. Recommendation of myself with the concurrence of Stephen H. Raybolt, County Commissioner, to execute a contract for professional services by and between the Board of Commissioners of Clermont County and Fusion Alliance LLC for the provision and services relative to the configuration and migration of the Clermont County Office of Economic Development's website into WordPress for a content management system, which includes training, setup, migration, processes, and requested by the Board of County Commissioners for the information of ISD Department. Their designated representative in accordance with the scope of services identified in Exhibit A attached thereto and made part of therefore at the cost not to exceed $45,590, with the performance and said services estimated to be completed within 6 months of the company's receipt of signed contract and notice to proceed, pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein, and contingent upon the release of the purchase order required therefore in concert with requisition number 13787 dated 4/14/2015.
Completed in 6
6
weeks, I
weeks.
think. Yeah, instead
Sorry.
of 6 months, that's all right.
So Brandon, is this, WordPress is a much easier package for us to maintain in-house? or-
Yes, this will be much easier for us to maintain. Basically, they're gonna come in and get WordPress set up for us. They're gonna do the economic development website to kind of show us how to use it and prepare us to migrate the rest of them. And then we just hired Robert Frost, which you guys will meet in a couple weeks, and he's gonna be the one that's gonna migrate everything over.
Okay.
Are they just,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
are they just migrating the website we have for economic development, or are they writing a whole new website? It seems expensive for just migrating over.
It's for the setup of the WordPress and to get everything. I mean, it's not just, the money's not just for their website, it's the setup and the training and everything that involves the WordPress.
So this is really, it sounds like it is setting up the county website and using the economic development website as the first
Yes.
adventure,
Development.
but in that part, we get all the training to be able to complete the rest of the website. So it's really getting us started and getting us trained to be able to move to another platform.
Correct.
Okay.
They're just, economic development's gonna be used as
The guinea pig, yes, good for them. And there'll probably be some changes in the process and changes in some of the capabilities as WordPress comes online.
yes.
So do we have a motion to execute contract for professional services as contained in item 15?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 16?
Item 16 is a recommendation of John Cascaden, DPSS Director, Department of Public Safety Services, with my concurrence to execute a contract for services by and between the Board of County Commissioners, Motorola Solutions, of Schaumburg, Illinois, for the provision of antenna system repairs, ground system repairs, lighting system repairs, tower repairs, and radio equipment repairs to communication system equipment. As requested in accordance with the scope of services attached in Exhibit A, attached thereto made part thereof, at a cost not to exceed $20,000 for a period of 1 year effective 5/1/15 through 4/30/16, pursuant to and compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein, and contingent upon receipt of a revised certificate of liability insurance which is required.
Okay, we have a motion to execute the contract for services as contained in item 16.
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Steve, on that,
Yes, sir.
is this as a result of last week's issue, or
No, sir,
is
this
this
is
just
a-
an annual maintenance contract, or?
This is an annual maintenance contract, and this one is specifically for outside of the actual network. This is for tower structures and those sorts of things. And literally the lights, we have to have people climb towers and replace light bulbs on the blinking lights.
I don't mind doing that.
That's,
How much will we say?
Oh
Very
my.
little. The risk is big.
Item 17.
Item 17 is a recommendation of Pat Maurer, County Engineer, with my concurrence, to adopt Resolution 103-15, resolving to convert to combined performance and maintenance bond in the amounts listed below for the construction of streets in the stated lengths within the following subdivision located in Batavia Township, from performance bond phase to the maintenance bond phase, effective as of the date of conversion. This is Lexington Run Twin Spire subdivision, Phase 7 in Batavia Township.
Okay, do we have a motion to adopt resolution 103-15?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 18.
Item 18, recommendation of Pat Munger, County Engineer, with my concurrence to authorize the release of performance bonds for sidewalks in the amount as follows for the following subdivision located within Batavia Township. This is Lexington Run Twin Spire Subdivision, Phase 7, Batavia Township.
Okay, do we have a motion to authorize the release of the performance bond as contained in item 18?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Usable?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 19.
Also recommendation to Pat Munger, County Engineer, with my concurrence to authorize the release of performance bonds for sidewalks in the amounts as follows in the following subdivisions located within Batavia Township. This is Lexington Run Twin Spires Subdivision Phase 3 in Batavia and Lexington Run Saddle Top Ridge Subdivision Phase 3 in Batavia Township.
Okay, do we have a motion to authorize the release of performance bonds as contained in item 19?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Usable?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. 20.
What is recommendation of Pat Munger, County Engineer, with my concurrence to authorize Commissioner Humphrey to execute Ohio Public Commission project agreement by and between the County of Clermont and the State of Ohio, acting by and through the Director of the Ohio Public Works Commission, Columbus, Ohio, for project control number CU28R, entitled Wolf Pen Pleasant Hill Landslide 2015 emergency in the amount of $216,724 as outlined below, in concert with the Aid to Local Government Program, pursuant to and compliance with terms and conditions. And this is the Wolf Pen Pleasant Landslide 2015 emergency for a total of $288,965.
Okay, do we have a motion to execute the Ohio Public Works Commission project agreement as contained in item 20?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Usable?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 21.
Item 21 is my recommendation to acknowledge the receipt of notifications from County Engineer on 6/17 of 2015 for his determination to close the following roads to through traffic, with the understanding all advance warning detour signs will be erected and maintained accordingly. We have Bolander Road from Monday 6/22 of 15 through Thursday 7/2 of 15 between the hours of 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. except on 6/23 of 15 through 6/25 of 15. The road will remain closed for replacement of a culvert, CC 16-10, as depicted on the Bolander Road Culvert Replacements Detour map. And we have the Wilson Dunham Road, beginning Monday 6/29/15 through Friday 7/10 of 15. And Belfast Road was closed on Tuesday 6/17 and will remain closed until further notice due to a structural failure of bridge number T169-1.55, with the detour therefore is depicted on the detour map included.
Okay, do we have a motion to acknowledge the receipt of notifications for the detours as contained in item 21?
I'll make a motion for item 21.
I'll second that.
Mr. Usable?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 22.
Item 22 is a recommendation of Judge Shriver. My concurrence to authorize Commissioner Humphrey to execute the Ohio Department of Youth Services Juvenile Court Grant Agreement and Funding Application by between the Board of Clermont County Commissioners and the State of Ohio Department of Youth Services on behalf of the Clermont County Juvenile Court for the Reclaim Ohio 401 Grant Subsidy Program in the amount of $977,994.62. Youth Services 510 Grant Subsidy Program in the amount of $275,664. And the competitive reclaim allocation in the amounts of $150,000, which represents the base, variable, and competitive reclaim allocations for fiscal year 2016 for the biennial period commencing 7/1 of 15 ending 6/30 of 17, pursuant to and compliance with the terms and conditions.
Do we have a motion to execute the grant agreement as contained in item 22?
So moved.
I will second it.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Usable?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. 23.
Good morning.
Morning.
Stephanie Ross, Program Director of Victim Assistance Program. Upon recommendation of D. Vincent Ferris, Prosecuting Attorney, with the concurrence of Stephen Raybould, County Administrator, to approve the electronic filing of the 2015-2016 Victims of Crime and State Victim Assistance Act grant application for funding from the State of Ohio Office of the Attorney General, 150 East Gay Street in Columbus, Ohio, for the continuation of the Advocate Program to provide and extend services, victim advocate services to Clermont County Common Pleas and Municipal Courts, implemented by the prosecuting attorney in the amount of $141,470.06 with a required local cash match in the amount of $35,367.52 to be provided from the 2015-2016 annual appropriations for the prosecuting attorney for a total VOCO program amount of $176,837.58 and an amount of $6,586 for the SVAA program with no local match required for a total amount of $183,423.58 for the advocate program for the period of 10/1/15 through 9/30/16 pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein.
We have a motion to approve the electronic filing as contained in item 23.
So moved.
Second the motion.
Mr. Yubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item
Thanks.
20.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for what you all do, too.
Yes. 25.
25 is my recommendation to adopt resolution 104-15 resolving to endorse the 2015 Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy prepared by the Ohio Valley Regional Development Commission, resolving to authorize the County of Clermont to participate in the Ohio Valley Regional Development Commission for fiscal year 2016, and to remit the sum of $36,281, which represents the participatory share of funding for the Clermont County relative thereto on 1/1/16, and further resolving to support the Ohio Valley Regional Development Commission's Economic Development District Planning Partnership Investment Grant Program with the United States Department of Commerce, Economic Development Administration for planning grant funds for the annual performance period of 1/1/16 through April 31/16.
Okay, do we have a motion to adopt resolution 104-15?
I'll be glad to make that motion.
I will second it.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Humphrey?
Aye. Item 16, or 26 rather.
Item 26, the recommendation of Karen Sherrill, co-chairperson of the Clermont County Family and Children First Council. My concurrence to execute a memorandum of understanding by and between the Board of County Commissioners and the Clermont County Family and Children's First Council, whose administrative agent is the Clermont County Mental Health Recovery Board, for the establishment of a cooperative mutually beneficial relationship between all named, and further to provide for the contribution of $37,558 by the Board of County Commissioners to the Clermont County Family and Children First Council, as outlined in the Clermont County Family and Children's First Council local contribution policy, effective 7/1/15 through 6/30/16, pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions.
Do we have a motion to execute the memorandum of understanding as contained in item 26?
I will make the motion.
I will second that.
Mr. Yubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. 27.
27 is a recommendation to adopt Resolution 105-15 resolving to approve the estimated improvement assessments for the Orchard Valley Subdivision Subarea 1A Drainage Improvement Project as identified in Exhibit A, which is based on a per parcel equal assessment method, and are hereby ratified, confirmed, levied, and assessed on all 64 benefited parcels, and are to be collected in semi-annual installments over a period of 10 years pursuant to and in compliance with Section 6131.22 and 6131.23 of the Ohio Revised Code, and also to establish a ditch maintenance fund entitled the Orchard Valley Subdivision Subarea 1A Ditch Maintenance Fund for the permanent ongoing maintenance of the aforestated improvement, and which assessments therefore will be collected on an annual, permanent, and ongoing basis accordingly as set forth in the referenced exhibit, pursuant to and in compliance with Section 6137.02 of the Revised Code, all of which is in concert with the resolution that was adopted, resolution number 3815, that was ratified by the board on April 1st. So Orchard Valley's not done, almost. This is actually putting the assessments on the properties so that anyone that is involved in a property transfer can see those. They will be collected starting next year.
I know that
Next
you're
thing
the-
you'll see will be the contract.
I know that you're the financial person, but is this being worked on, constructed?
The contract is on its way to the
Okay.
board for execution.
Actually, the contract's here, and an email came regarding the necessary easements that we had to have before we started this project. So I would suspect that on July 8th, we will have all of that before you.
Okay,
One of these days it'll get finished.
yes. Do we have a motion to adopt resolution 105-15?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Yubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. 28.
28 is our annual tax budget, so it's a recommendation of Steve Rabel to adopt and authorize Edwin Humphrey, or in his absence, anyone else on the commission, to execute the annual tax budget for Clermont County for fiscal year 2016 pursuant to and in compliance with section 570528 of the revised code. We presented the tax budget last week. We have heard no feedback from anyone, and what we're doing is recommending the adoption of it.
Okay. Do I have a motion to execute the annual tax budget as contained in item 28?
I will make the motion.
I will second it.
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. 29?
29 is a recommendation of the Office of Management and Budget pursuant to section 5705.46 of the revised code, which limits the expenditure for current payrolls during the first half of any fiscal year to 6/10 of the appropriation, to waive such limitations where the personnel costs are charged to multiple funding sources or will be changing in the second half of the year based on funding schedules accordingly. Code says we're not supposed to spend more than 60% of the annual appropriation by the first half of the year. What we have in place is some departments where people share differently from the first half to the second half, so they may spend more than 60%, but it's not intended to overspend the appropriation. So we are allowed to do a waiver of that in those cases.
Okay. So do we have a motion to execute the waiver of limitation as contained in item 29?
So moved.
I will second the motion.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Yubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 30?
Item 30 is my recommendation to authorize Commissioner Humphrey to execute change order number 6 to the communication system agreement by and between the Board of County Commissioners and Motorola Solutions, Schaumburg, Illinois, previously ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on 12/19 in 2012, and subsequently amended on 8/14 of 13, 12/4/13, 4/30/14, 8/6/14, and 3/4/15, relative to the acquisition of a countywide P25 mixed mode simulcast voice radio system for Clermont County, which represents an increase in the amount of $87,280 for a total adjusted contract price to date of $7,417,490 for additions, deletions, and modifications thereto, which are to be completed on or before 11/4/2015 as defined therein, with all other terms and conditions of the reference agreement amendments thereto to remain in full force and effect. As a quick background for the board, a little while ago, we processed change order number 5, which reduced the contract amount by $125,000 to remove this product. When we joined the state Tier 4 agreement, we're part of the whole overall state system with the MARC system now, and their monitoring, which is for the monitoring system of the network. They were debating as to which systems they were going to use. There are 2 different platforms that they were looking at. So we removed the one that we had planned on installing originally, waiting for the state to make a determination. They have concluded their decision. So now we are, unfortunately for Clermont, we're going back to where we were originally, because it's a system we originally wanted is what the state has now settled on. So the advantage to the county is that the price went down.
And basically, because the state's picking up, because of the Tier 4 agreement, part of those
correct.
items that are needed. And this is kind of part of what happened a week ago. This is the monitoring system that was not in place.
So Mark's just going to do the monitoring.
Mark's and Motorola.
They're going to do the install. The monitoring is going to be done by Marks 24/7 once the system is up. Do we have a motion to execute change order number 6 as contained in item 30?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Yubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. And 31.
Hey, Yvonne.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Item 31 is a tuition assistance agreement. Yvonne Smith, Benefits Coordinator. Is my recommendation with the concurrence of Stephen Rabel to execute tuition assistance agreements submitted by the following employees for participation in the county tuition assistance program and to authorize reimbursement in the amounts as outlined below pursuant to section 4.12 of the Clermont County Personnel Policy and Procedures Manual. The affected employees are David Speck of the ISD Department in the amount of $716.03, Dolores McRoberts of the Sheriff's Office in the amount of $1,271.25, and James Boyd of the Water Resources Department in the amount of $222.60.
Okay, do we have a motion to execute the tuition assistance agreements as contained in item 31?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Yubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Helen.
32?
And 32 are our financials for the week. First, we have our supplemental appropriations, which actually net to zero, so it's pretty much a budgetary transfer. These are all within the Domestic Relations Court Special Project Fund. There's an increase in regular salaries of $200. There's an increase in fringe benefits of $500 and a reduction in their other expenses of $700. This is needed for a reallocation of a shared person to account for the current cost and expenses of that person in this special project fund. Second, we have our budget transfers from water revenue administration regular salaries to water administration fringes, $5,100. Due to staffing changes and health selections, there's an amount that's required to cover that for the rest of the year. And finally, we have our cash transfer of fund, our monthly proration of support to the combined services fund from the water and the sewer revenues. From water revenue to combined, the $170,000, and from sewer revenue to combined, $170,000.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the financial and budgetary actions as presented on item 32?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Yubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. 33?
Item 33 is a request for various departments to join professional organizations under authorized payment of the annual dues as outlined below pursuant to section 325.21 of the Ohio Revised Code, and authorized reimbursement of routine travel expenses. The Clermont County Facilities Management Department Fleet Maintenance Division for the American Public Works Association for $140.
We have a motion to approve the routine travel expenses as contained in item 33.
So moved.
I will second the motion.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Yubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. 34?
34, request of various departments to approve maintenance agreements with various vendors for the provision of maintenance on the following equipment at the rates and terms outlined below, and to authorize Stephen H. Rabel, County Administrator, to execute the maintenance agreements and the rider for equipment maintenance agreements attached thereto. This is contingent upon the release of the purchase order and in concert with requisition number 14108, dated 5/12/15. The Clermont County Water Resources Department, Office of Environmental Quality for DeBach Kempel for 2 electric heat units outlined in the table.
Very detailed in the table.
Yes, it is.
Okay, do we have a motion to authorize the maintenance of equipment as contained in item 34?
I'll make the motion for item 34.
I will second that.
Mr. Yubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud? Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Turning and travel, item 35.
The County Auditor's Department, Mark Harp and Christopher Suber, 6 days, San Diego, California, for the Environmental Systems Research Institute User Conference, estimated not to exceed $6,052. Clermont County Water Resources Department, Napper, 3 days, Cleveland, Ohio, for the 2015 State Conference for the 77th Annual Ohio Section of American Water Works Association Conference, not to exceed $908.10. Department of Community Economic Development, Office of Public Information, Kathleen Williams, 4 days, Atlanta, Georgia, for the City County Communications and Marketing Association Annual Conference, estimated not to exceed $1,629. In the Office of Management and Budget, Records Management Division, Michelle Snyder, 5 days, Cincinnati, Ohio, for the Greater Cincinnati Chapter of the Association of Records Managers and Archivists monthly meeting. Total expenses not to exceed $75.
Okay. We have a motion for the training and travel as contained in item 35.
So moved.
I will second the motion.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Yubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Personnel actions, 36.
The Clermont Transportation Connection, Patty Barker, new hire driver to a vacant position, effective 7/6. Kathleen Grew-Wheeler, clerical specialist, step increase of 720. This is the Department of Job and Family Services. Tanya Gilkison, clerical specialist, step increase, effective 6/15. Sarah Faison, social services worker 3, step increase, effective 6/15. Denise Orchard, administrative SWRTC, new hire to a vacant position, effective 7/20. Department of Public Safety Services, Anita Brill, disability separation, effective 6/26. In the Water Resources Department, James Williams, WSC Operator 1, and the probation extension effective 9/11.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the personnel actions as contained in item 36.
I'll make the motion.
Second the motion.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Looks like we have informal regular session minutes to approve for May 27th and June 3rd. Do we have a motion to approve both of those?
So moved.
I will second the motion.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Do we have any add-ons?
No, sir.
No, they were all contained in the document, Captain.
They're done. Then we'll take a brief recess while the minutes are prepared and we get a chance to look them over. Thank you. We're back after recess. We've had a chance to look through the minutes. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes as prepared?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I will second that.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. That
And we
that
have-
concludes our business for today. Thanks for joining us and God bless.